Hey, what's up guys? Anthony Zontano here, the internet's laziest Transformers nerd, back with a new Transformer figure review. Now first things first, new backdrop, I know. The Gundam workbench is being used for some delicate modeling work right now, so today you will all have the honor of watching a film on my bed, or as I like to call it, the No Girlfriend Mobile. And today, we will be looking at the Prime Wars Trilogy Punch Counterpunch Deluxe Class figure. For years, Transformers fans around the world have been waiting for a proper and original figure of this unique character. For those who aren't cyber literate, you may be wondering, what's so special about this guy? Well, here's a little character summary. Punch, also known as Nightbeat, is an Autobot with a very rare ability to transform between two robot modes, making him a perfect candidate as an Autobot double agent. With his second robot mode, named Counterpunch, he integrated himself within the Decepticon ranks flawlessly.
What are you doing here?
Oh, Lord Galvatron, so you're here. I was just looking everywhere for you, sir.
What's the matter? Why do you want me?
What
are you trying to say? Come on, speak up, man!
But over years and years of living two lives, he's developed an extreme paranoia, not knowing who he can trust, even forgetting which side he really fights for. And sometimes his Counterpunch personality even takes over. Inside, he is now a fragmented mess of two individuals fighting for autonomy within one spark. He's personally one of my favorite Transformers, and I'm sure he's a fan favorite amongst many as well. Anyway, let's get straight to the review. Before getting to the actual figures, let's take a moment to look at the packaging itself. A small deluxe-sized box with a colorful character illustration surfacing the front. The back shows Punch in all his three modes with some small sections dedicated to his gimmicks and character bio. And the sides display some Cybertronian glyphs of sorts. I think they relate to each prime given that the text literally tells you to choose your prime! The front of the box flips open to reveal even more art on the left with some summary of the Prime Wars story arc. And on the right shows the figures neatly packaged inside. All colorful and so well designed. Punch Counterpunch is a deluxe class figure that comes with Prime Master Prima Prime. Try saying that 3 times fast, Jesus Christ. Before getting into the meat of the video, let's go over the Prime Master. Prima, the first of the legendary 13 Primes, created in the image of Primus himself, bearer of the Star Saber, leader of the original 13, and really small? This is, underwhelming. Their almost godlike status definitely commands a better portrayal, but oh well, I'm glad they made him into a figure anyway. I finally can say that I own a Prime who isn't John Wayne, Edgy John Wayne, or Rodimus, I'll never be as good as Optimus Prime. Design isn't much to look at as with most figures his size nowadays, but I'm not complaining, especially with that cute Armada Minicon head sculpt he got. Prima is an adorable little warrior of light with a translucent blue frame and silver armor. Prima has modern headmaster articulation. His head spins 360 degrees all around. The arms are on a ball joint. You can raise them about this high. Outwards articulation is almost non-existent though, thanks to these shoulders. His legs can swing 90 degrees forwards, and his knees bend 90 degrees in both directions. Prima transforms by breaking his legs into this weird cube? Prima transforms into a Headmaster unit and can be compatible with most Titans Return figures.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No, 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 no.
Punch also comes with a combiner hand piece of sorts that Prima can be nestled into, like some kinda infinity gauntlet.
I don't feel so good.
You're alright.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Hurry. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sorry.
Moving on, now we'll take a look at the star of today's video. The figure comes packaged in his Autobot Punch form. Punch looks pretty cool with his dark blue overtone, with a mustard yellow core and some saucy reds here and there. Body frame and details are uniquely designed. In light of the recent retool and recolor epidemic that has plagued the Generations storylines, Punch Counterpunch is one of those few bots to have an entirely new figure made just for his character. His head sculpt is kind of plain and isn't much to look at, but I suppose that's the whole point of being a spy. The chest is just a big block of yellow plastic, but at least it bears a G1-esque sticker with a pretty sizable Autobot logo right above, letting everyone know that arms are really nice to look at, sporting all three main colors while having those huge Magnus pillars give Punch a cool silhouette. Moving on to those stick-ass legs, they're big but ultimately very, very clunky. I'd expect this type of design for a heavy brawler like Warpath or Ironhide, but not a spy. And it doesn't help that the sturdy exterior is just trying to hide a frame that is as hollow as the script for Transformers 5.
You two better keep your optics peeled. I heard my counterparts nearby. Real nearby.
Counterpunch, on the other hand, is predominantly blue with spots of red and purple, matching with his eyes and his tattoo of renegade patriotism. I mean Decepticon. They're the same, right? No? Oh, okay. Now this face has a lot more flair than Punch in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's the eyes that did it for me. Or even that silver chin that's giving out big Gundam vibes. Punch's shoulder pillars flip downwards to form these cool alternator-style shoulder pads. And Punch's red hands are swapped out for a dark blue pair, which leaves a rather weird red splotch on an all-blue arm. The legs are pretty much played out the same as Punch's, except the hollowness is made even more obvious with these huge gaps between his knees and shins. Articulation-wise, it's a pretty neat set of moves. The head is on a swivel and moves all around. Shoulders are on a ball joint and can move front, back, and all around. It can even swing outwards at 90 degrees despite having these bulky pads, thanks to a double jointed shoulder. In Counterpunch mode, the shoulder pads can move up and down slightly for more choices in pose emotes. The biceps swivel all around. The elbows swing 90 degrees forward and back. His waist can also swivel all around, though it's extremely tight. Not sure if it's supposed to be like that or if it's just mine. His upper legs are on a ball joint and can move forwards, back, and out fairly well, just barely hitting that 90-degree bend. And I've noticed the joints here are a little loose and tend to limp out of position sometimes. There's also a swivel joint that allows the legs to bend outward, but they're so tight I always feel like the ball joint's gonna pop out. And finally, the knees can bend at 90 degrees, both front and back. All in all, Punch Counterpunch can dish out some nice poses, but don't try anything fancy. Both Punch and Counterpunch have a panel on their chest that you can flip out to reveal a port, where you can then take that weird block thing and slap it on for prime armor. And it looks really bad. Like, why is this a thing?
This way, huh? I thought I heard something. Looks like I'm out of here.
Quite the unique transformation, I gotta say. His arms scrunch together to form the front while the legs explode outwards in panels and wrap around the body like a shell. This sweet, sexy import is doused in navy blue with a sleek profile, the front looks sharp, and the trunk packs a punch. A counterpunch. There is a compartment under the hood to store his blaster. I like to think of the blaster as an engine block in this mode. And it would have been cool if Prima could be put inside the vehicle somewhere like some kind of legendary Uber driver. But the best he can do is sit on the Minecraft thing and peg on top of the car with the sole purpose of ruining everything! To end this review, I'll just say Punch Counterpunch is a great figure, it vibes out on old G1 nostalgia, but in turn also brings a modern update to the character's design. And even though he's a great figure, I wouldn't say that he's a must-have figure. I'd only recommend him for die-hard fans of his character or people who really like the idea of having a double-agent transformer. Not to mention, this is an exclusive figure that I thought I'd never get until I found him at a collector's store. So given the rarity and limited fanfare, Punch Counterpunch isn't gonna do it for everyone. But he is spying on everyone. So keep your optics up.